And live from the Strachan Vanto broadcast booth at Kankakee Valley High School, a pleasant good evening to each and every one of you as the Kankakee Valley Cougars get set to host the Munster Mustangs here in NCC play on the Heartland Sports Network. Joshua Lepowski here with you this evening, flying solo here tonight in what should be a very interesting conference matchup between two teams that are trying to right the ship. Munster and Kankakee Valley coming into the season both with records of 2-7 on the season, so it's been a difficult start to the year for both teams. Munster, in particular, coming into this game on a 6-game losing streak, including 3 consecutive losses at a holiday tournament over Christmas break. So this is their first game after the new year. Meanwhile, Kankakee Valley started the year with a win. They lost 5 straight, beat Morton in a holiday tournament. Then they lost to River Forest just last weekend to open play in the new year. And tonight they are playing Munster in their second conference game of the year. The only game KV has played in the conference was at Andrean back in December. They lost that game 87-50. Munster, meanwhile, has yet to play a conference game this season. So despite the difficult start to the year, Munster still has the opportunity to extend their incredible streak of conference games won in a row. Munster has not lost a conference game in a very, very long time. You have to go back to February of 2017 was the last time they lost a conference game to Andrean. That is a 42-game conference winning streak that the Munster Mustangs are bringing into this ball game, and obviously have won the conference every year since then as well. Mike Hackett in his 26th season coaching the Munster Mustangs. Meanwhile, it is Cody Scott in his second year coaching the Kankakee Valley Cougars on both sides of the floor here this evening. And if you're taking a look at the Munster Mustangs here in this one, as we mentioned, the difficult start to the year, but a chance to continue to get some more wins here in conference play. They're also trying to continue a great record against Kankakee Valley. They have won 22 consecutive games against the Kankakee Valley Cougars. The last time the Cougars beat the Mustangs, you have to go all the way back to December 28th of 2000. That was Mike Hackett's first season at the helm of Munster. That was a Christmas break tournament, and Kankakee Valley beat Munster in that one 70-53. KV has not beaten Munster at home. However, they have had a few games that went down to single digits, most recently a 1-point loss in January of 2022. So they've been close, but they have not been able to beat the Munster Mustangs since the turn of the millennium in the year 2000. So it has been a long time for Kankakee Valley, and for Munster, it's another opportunity to see if they can keep finding ways to get a win against an opponent they've been able to beat in recent years, and also finding a way to continue their incredible streak in the conference. We'll dive a bit more deep into both teams coming up after this from the Strachan Vanzo broadcast booth. I'm Joshua Lepowski. Tip-off coming up in a few moments here on the Heartland Sports Network.
This weekend, make Doc's Barbecue your home for wall-to-wall football action. Kick things off with Friday Night Lights on JEG TV. Roll into a full slate of college football Saturday, and wrap it up with every big play from NFL Sunday, all on the big screen at Doc's. Pair the games with Southern-style hickory smoked barbecue in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere. Stop by Doc's Smokehouse in Dyer, where football and flavor go hand in hand all weekend long.
Have you ever considered becoming an iron worker? Local 395 is now accepting applications for their apprenticeship program. Go to ironworkers395.com. Look under the training section, click on apprenticeship, and scroll down to the application. You must be 18 years old, have a high school diploma or GED, and you must be physically able to perform the work of the trade. Find out more by calling the apprenticeship school in Lake Station at 219-962-7675 or visit ironworkers395.com.
Do you like to work with your hands, creating something from nothing? Then think about Laborers Local 41. You'll get 432 hours of apprenticeship training, all while earning a wage with benefits and incurring no student debt. You'll travel to different job sites, learn tons of skills, and in a lot of cases, be the first one on and last one off a job site. It all starts at laborers41.com.
Embrace every opportunity. At Indiana University Northwest, you'll research alongside experts, develop career-ready skills, and accomplish your lifelong dreams. Whatever your goal may be, achieve it here close to home at IU Northwest, right here in the region. Join us for a life-changing learning experience at the best price university in Northwest Indiana. It all begins at northwest.iu.edu. Bring on tomorrow at Indiana University Northwest.
back at Kankakee Valley High School in Wheatfield. Heartland Sports Network proud to bring you coverage of NCC basketball from the Strachan Van Til broadcast booth. I'm Joshua Lepowski. Munster and Kankakee Valley getting underway in just a little over 6 minutes or so here this evening. Munster opening up Northwest Crossroads Conference play. Kankakee Valley is 0-1 so far in conference play. Their lone conference loss, as we mentioned, coming to Andrean. So that's kind of what you're getting into here at this point of the season. You're after the turn of the new year. Conference schedules are starting to heat up a little bit, and you're starting to kind of get into the meat of your season as you get ready and start taking a look at sectionals down the road in the month of March, and that's what you're looking forward to at this point in high school basketball in the state of Indiana. Munster, as you mentioned, coached by Mike Hackett, who has been a stalwart on the bench for Munster throughout history. 473 career wins against only 150 losses in his 26th season. He has had double-digit wins every year except for 2000-2001, his opening season, and has won 20-plus games in 13 of his 26 seasons. That's about 50% of his seasons have ended in 20-plus wins. So he has been a very consistent force for Munster. He's won 7 sectionals, 2 regionals. Meanwhile, Kankakee Valley on the other side is coached by Cody Scott. Cody Scott replaced Bill Shepard, who had previously coached here. He led the school to its most recent sectional back in 2008, and that was the last time Kankakee Valley took home hardware in the postseason, and hasn't taken a conference yet in that time either as well. Cody Scott in his second season, 14-19. Team went 12-12 last year, 2-4 in the Northwest Crossroads Conference, but were unable to replicate that here early this season. They had a couple of years in the recent past where they went 4-1, and their only losses in the conference were to, you guessed it, the Munster Mustangs. So Kankakee Valley, a school that has had some teams that could muster up a fight against the Mustangs here recently. We mentioned back to that 2022 game, 58-57, a loss here at Kankakee Valley. Good crowd on hand here this evening for what should be a fantastic contest between two NCC schools. Taking a look at Kankakee Valley, the guy that's to watch for on their side is the guy leading the way in points, number 14, Zachary McCash, who is averaging 12.8 points per game alongside 3.9 rebounds and 0.8 assists so far. Number 32, Matthew Rose, also a guy that's been a big contributor, leading the team in rebounds with 4.4 rebounds per game. Kankakee Valley, also a team, taking a look at some more of their statistics, shoot about 26% from beyond the three-point line, so not a team that you're going to expect to shoot a ton of threes, but again, McCash, 6 of 15. When he shot the ball, he shot it well. Earhart, number 10, has made a few threes as well this year, also only 56% from the free throw line. So they've had some struggles at times this year shooting the basketball, and that's kind of manifested itself in a few of their losses here this season. We mentioned Kankakee Valley, a team with a record of 2-7, and only one time this year have they've been able to muster more than 60 points. That was in their opening game against Rensselaer Central. Since then, they have been able to only get as high as 58, and that was a thing they did twice, when they lost to Bishop Knoll and when they beat Hammond Morton. And Kankakee Valley can lean on this, is that they've had some close losses in this stretch as well, including a 4-point loss to Morgan Township, a 7-point loss to Bishop Knoll, a 3-point loss to River Forest, all pretty solid teams, and I think Kankakee Valley can try to take a little something from that. Meanwhile, Munster, I think the difficulty of the schedule is the thing you look at here. I mean, you have teams like Crown Point, Lake Central, all big 4A powerhouses in the region. 4A Franklin Community High School as well. They lost to Marquette Catholic, a really good 1A, a 1-point loss to Gary Lighthouse, who is a 2A, also a 1-point loss to EC Central, who's been kind of up and down this year, but again, the basketball history at EC Central kind of speaks for itself. And that's, Munster, being as high pedigree of a program as they usually are, they like to schedule themselves difficult outside of the conference, knowing that being a 4A, they're going to have to play those schools in the postseason. If they want to make any sort of a stretch, they've got to do that. But tonight, it's an opportunity against 3A Kankakee Valley to keep up their streak in the conference, and that's really the thing you have to think about if you're Munster is, hey, you might be 2-7, but you still have a chance to really make something out of the season and get yourself another conference title, which has been the expectation at Munster High School here up to this point. By the way, another interesting thing, Munster, this is, I believe by my count, probably the farthest trip that any two schools in the NCC have to make. Munster being located way up into the northwest, up by the Illinois state line, and Kankakee Valley down here in the south of Porter County over here. A long drive here, about an hour or so for Munster to take here to Kankakee Valley to play here this evening. Kankakee Valley warming up, as you can see off to the left. The JV game finished earlier. Munster won that one, 47-38. Munster tonight is going to be wearing the red jerseys, red shorts, black numbers, and the white text on the jerseys as well. Kankakee Valley, meanwhile, is in white shirt, white shorts with the red numbers and the red names as well for Kankakee Valley. Highly anticipated matchup. Kankakee Valley trying to get their first win against Munster in a long time. They feel with Munster struggling, this might be the best opportunity they have had in a while to beat the Mustangs. Munster, meanwhile, is trying to see if they can continue that long conference winning streak and get themselves help themselves take the first step to getting another NCC title. We'll take a timeout. We will take a timeout here for the anthem and also for a little bit of the starting lineups. When we come back, we will have the starting lineups and tip-off from Kankakee Valley. Munster and Kankakee Valley high school basketball on the Heartland Sports Network is live after this.
Plumbers Local 210 is now accepting applications for its 2026 paid apprenticeship program beginning January 6th. This program offers paid hands-on training and classroom instruction to help you build a long-term career in the plumbing trade. Applications must be dropped off in person during these times, January 6th through 9th from 9 a.m. till noon, January 13th through 16th from 1 till 4 p.m., and January 20th through 23rd from 4 to 7 p.m. Applications are in person only. Visit plumbers210.com for details.
Powers Health is committed to advancing medical care and technology in our area. Cancer research and clinical trials so you can explore new horizons. Heart care expertise with a collaborative team of specialists so you can create more memories together. Northwest Indiana's only certified comprehensive stroke center so you can cover new ground. When it comes to advanced care, look no further. Everything we do, everything we believe, Powers Health.
Want to save more on your grocery shopping? Join the Strack & Van Til Rewards program. Earn points on every purchase and watch the savings add up. Get personalized offers based on items you buy most. Clip digital coupons for discounted or free products. Enter sweepstakes and more. Not a member? Sign up now. Membership is free. Scan the code on in-store signage. Download the Strack & Van Til app or visit strackandvantil.com. Life made simple. Savings made easy. It's a Strack & Van Til thing.
Tech Credit Union supports the essential role of union labor in building strong communities. That's why we offer hassle-free banking, financial empowerment, and a commitment to your success. Save for the future, handle life's challenges, and trust a partner that stands by hardworking union members. Tech Credit Union, the better option for you and your money. Visit techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union, supporting union families every step of the way.
BEW Local 697 electrical contractors bring the highest standard of electrical work to Lake County homes, schools, and businesses. From everyday fixes to once-in-a-lifetime builds, we don't just get the job done, we get it done right and up to the highest safety standards. When you need electrical work, hire the professionals who power Indiana. Powering Indiana, Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community.
But it's time. You gotta catch up.
Yeah. I'll catch up with you. I'll be right back.
I'll see you in a minute.
Anything else? Yeah. Well, what's up, boy? Hey, Ryan. Not tonight, man. Not tonight. Oh, yeah. You guys are right. Hey, come on. Let's go. Come in.
Hello again, everybody. This is Matt Maloney of the Matt Maloney Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams of Northwest Indiana. The region is a beautiful place to live, and I've soared to new heights to market your listing to the best and widest possible audience. Call me today at 219-301-0477 or visit mattmaloneyrealtor.com and let's get started. It's not baloney. I'm Matt Maloney.
From inside the Strack & Van Til broadcast booth, the Kankakee Valley starting lineup is currently being announced. Munster's lineup has just been announced. We will pass that along to you at this point. For Munster, senior Josh Malloy will start, number 2. Another senior, Victor Guaramato, number 5, gets the start. Number 10, a forward, junior Troy Jarrett. Caleb Bird, a guard, freshman, number 11, gets the start as well. And the big man, Grant Richter, the 6'8 freshman, number 35, gets the start as well this evening. Meanwhile, for Kankakee Valley, their starting lineup looks like this. Number 3, a sophomore, Van Koistra. Number 10, another junior, Luke Earhart, 5'11". Also starting, number 14, a senior, Zachary Mikash, 6'1". And also starting for Kankakee Valley, number 23, a senior, Jaden Anderson, and number 32, another senior, Matthew Rose, all getting the start here this evening for Cody Scott's squad. As we mentioned, Kankakee Valley is wearing white this evening. Munster is in red. Good crowd on hand on a Friday night. Student section is filled up off to the right. And this should be an awesome evening here at Kankakee Valley High School. And everybody in the building, admittedly, is slightly distracted, I would say, to some extent, because of the Indiana football game going on tonight against Oregon. By the way, that game has forced plenty of games across the state, particularly in southern Indiana, to move from Friday to Thursday. By the way, if you want an update on that game, we just teased it for you. First quarter just came to a close at the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Indiana University up 14-7 on the Oregon Ducks at the end of the first quarter. Starting lineups, by the way, were brought to you by Calumet College of St. Joseph, a place where you belong. And now it is time for the tip-off for tonight's contest. Sponsored by Central Midwest Carpenters, starting every game on a solid foundation. Here we go. Matthew Rose going up for Kankakee Valley, and it is number 10, Troy Jarrett, going up for Munster. We are underway at 7:22 p.m. local time here in Wheatfield. The Mustangs win the opening tip, and they will take the basketball here to start. KV starting off in a 2-3 zone at this point. Bird handed that one off to Troy Jarrett. Now they swing it back near side to Guaramato. Munster being patient here at this point for now. Troy Jarrett. Bird back near side to Guaramato. Now inside to a cutting Troy Jarrett, who puts it up and in. Good start there for Munster. They lead it 2-0. Now Kankakee Valley with a chance to respond here on this play. Anderson flips it to Mikash. Anderson and Mikash playing hot potato before Koistra puts up a mid-range jumper and connects. Both teams with 2-point buckets here on their first possession, and that pass goes through the legs of Jaden Anderson and out of bounds. And I believe Munster is going to retain possession of the basketball. You can see kind of off in the background, just at the top of your screen, the KV student section, the Cougar Crazies, out in full force this evening. Kankakee Valley always puts out a strong student section, especially during football season. Band out here tonight as well. It is a true high school basketball atmosphere this evening in Wheatfield, and we're happy to bring it to you on the Heartland Sports Network. Caleb Bird has the ball. Long cross-court pass to Josh Malloy. And now they get it back near side to Guaramato. Munster playing a lot of hot potato with the ball right now, working very methodically. Open, Guaramato, a three on the way. It's short. Leaping to get the rebound, Matthew Rose. And now KV working quickly. Pass to Koistra on the low block. Gets around the defender, floats it up and in, but a travel is called. And Munster will take the ball off the turnover. Cody Scott asking for an explanation from the official on the call. Cody Scott tonight is the coach that is wearing the blue button down. Quarter zip tonight for Coach Mike Hackett in Munster. Almost 2 minutes gone by here in this first quarter. Underneath, Grant Richter. Richter uses every bit of his 6'8" frame to put it in and draw a foul. Hard to believe Grant Richter, 6'8", is only a freshman. That foul was called on Matthew Rose, his first, team's first. And one opportunity is in and out of the cup. So it stays a 4-2 game, and KGV gets the ball back. And that pass intercepted. Munster on the break. Pass to Guaramato. Guaramato waits, puts it up. Tough shot, but a foul. Foul was called on Van Koistra. That was his first, team's second. 4-2. Mustangs hold the lead here early, and now it's Victor Guaramato who heads to the line. Unwinds, fires, and misses the first free throw. All trips to the free throw line tonight are brought to you by IU Northwest. Your future your IU. Munster is starting 0 for 2 from the charity stripe so far. Guaramato trying to change that. And he does, makes it a 3-point game. A fruitful first possession and then a couple empty ones for KV since. With the ball right now, Anderson to Earhart. Van Koistra nearly double teamed in the corner. Finally puts the ball down, picked his dribble back up before getting it to Anderson. Anderson can't penetrate, fires inside to a cutting Earhart. Earhart puts it down, puts it up, it rolls off the rim. Rebound batted around into the hands of Grant Richter. And now on the run, it's Caleb Bird who handed it off far side to Malloy. Malloy near side, Troy Jarrett. Jarrett to the lane. Jarrett lost the ball. Kankakee Valley on the run. Zachary Mikash going up against Caleb Bird. Mikash puts it up, puts it in. Foul called. And the basket counts, and he will go to the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Trying to tie things back up. It would be a remarkable win for KV tonight if they could get the win over Munster, the first time since 2000 that they would have beaten the Mustangs. And Mikash rattles home the free throw, ties it up at 5. Munster's only gotten one field goal tonight. Josh Malloy trying to change that, and he does. A three-pointer from Josh Malloy, a Tech Credit Union three-pointer to be exact. They're the better option for your financial journey. First one of the night, and it belongs to Munster. Troy Jarrett tries to respond with his own. That one off the heel. Rebound to Malloy. Malloy kicks to the corner. They thought about a three. Instead, they swing it back out far side to Bird. Guaramato drives to the lane. Dishes it out. Nice move by Troy Jarrett. 10-5. 5-0 run here for Munster. All scoring runs tonight sponsored by Powering Indiana. When the game needs electricity, count on Powering Indiana. Munster leads at 10-5. KV trying to stop the bleeding here. 3 on the way. Van Koistra, too much on it. Rebound is taken by Grant Richter. Throws it forward here to Guaramato. Guaramato to the wing. 3 up on the way. Too strong off the top of the, or off of the supports on the drop down bucket here. And that is going to be out of bounds. KV basketball. And a timeout taken by the Cougars. It is a 30-second timeout. All timeout sponsored by Duck Smokehouse Barbecue. Take a moment, let it simmer. It's a 30, so we're going to keep it here for this one. And the big thing here to think about at this point is that Munster has simply just been very patient against Kankakee Valley. Their mentality here is try to see if they can wear them down a little bit and see if they can take some of their athletic advantage and see if they can use that to get themselves the points they have. And of course they struggled from the field a bit to start, but they've gotten a couple of nice opportunities, and of course that nice move inside by Troy Jarrett to make it 10-5, about halfway through his first quarter. Munster's also been very good at running that 2-3 zone defense. Really what you want to try to do against a zone, and again, that's why that three-pointer against Munster is so big, is that sometimes when you're able to, when you know that the other team can make threes, it expands the zone out a little bit further, and that means there's a lot more open space for guys to cut and get into some of those soft spots in the zone. That ball in and out of the hands of Zachary Mikash and out of bounds, and Munster will inbound it. Guaramato stops at the elbow. Bird to Guaramato again. They're flipping the ball back and forth at this point. In the backcourt, just waiting for something to open up. Chance coming from the Kankakee Valley band here at this point. Bird, hand over the head. Now Guaramato, Bird again. Pass up into the hands of Troy Jarrett. Jarrett misses it off the rim. Rebound to KV. KV's working quickly. This time it's Mikash. Mikash waits for his teammates to get there. Picked up the dribble in the corner. 3 on the way. Jaden Anderson short. Richter the rebound. Josh Malloy with it now for Munster. Open is Guaramato. 3 up and on the way. Off the heel. Climbing the ladder, getting the rebound. Jaden Anderson. Munster is taking every bit of the time they can off the clock to wait for something to open up, and the last couple possessions, it has just gone empty. They haven't found anything. KV's been very tight with their zone to this point. Munster's done the same for KV. Forgot about Van Koistra for a second, though, but Grant Richter gets the ball away. Troy Jarrett with it now. To the corner, Malloy, a three, rattles out. Rebound batted around. On the floor with it is Troy Jarrett. Jarrett gives it off to Malloy. Now Guaramato goes baseline around a defender. Back out to the corner to Jarrett. Jarrett goes baseline himself, spins it back out to Guaramato. Now Malloy is called for a travel. Shuffled the feet before he put the ball on the deck. And we have a substitution. Jace Barrera, number 11, comes into the game for Kankakee Valley. He replaces Van Koistra. This time it's Luke Earhart inbounding the ball. Ever since that timeout that was taken by Kankakee Valley, we have not seen a point scored. That was a little over 2 minutes of game time ago. Defenses have locked in. Open jumper is short from Matthew Rose. Now Josh Malloy, long pass. Inside Richter, a little floater, kicks off the rim. Anderson has his pass intercepted by Malloy. 2-on-1 developing. Guaramato with it. Floats it up way too strong. Matthew Rose with an aggressive rebound. And Earhart leads the charge on the way back down the court. Gives it off to Rose. Rose to Jace Barrera and a whistle. And are they going to stay out of bounds? I believe they will. And we're going to have a substitution for Munster. Number 3, Alex Johnson. Number 4, Victor Guaramato, or Dominic Alvarez check in. Victor Guaramato is out along with Grant Richter. Munster going with a bit of a small ball lineup here. Now to the far side, it's Malloy. KV is just being very aggressive, and both of Munster's post players not able to get any separation. Bird, long pass near side to Malloy. Now they swing it back out to the wing here to Bird. Bounce pass inside. Nice cut, nice move that time. Good footwork by Alex Johnson. That's exactly what you're looking for. Again, you know, you're waiting for that one moment. In that time, he was able to position himself just inside of his defender to get that clear lane to the bucket, and it worked. Final minute of the first quarter, quick moving one. Free throw line jumper, too strong that time from Mikash. Munster trying to go on the run, but Johnson was blocked that time by Zachary Mikash. 26 seconds to go here in the quarter. Does Munster try to wait until the final few seconds? They might. Looks like they will. Alvarez and Caleb Bird just playing catch in the backcourt for now. Bird has it once again. 6 seconds. Malloy to the wing. Back near side, Malloy open for three. Kaboom! At the buzzer. 15-5. A Tech Credit Union three-pointer ends a strong first quarter on a 10-0 run for the Mustangs. We're back after this from the Strack and Van Til broadcast booth. This is NCC Basketball on the Heartland Sports Network.
Searching for a college where you belong? Calumet College of St. Joseph wants to know you and give you the support you need to succeed. Are you worried about how you'll pay for your degree? 95% of our students receive financial aid, including scholarships and grants. Need some extra help with your classes? You'll benefit from our small class sizes, free tutoring, internship planning, faculty mentors, and so much more. Come experience our accepting, supportive college family for yourself. Schedule your campus visit and apply at ccsj.edu.
For over 140 years, the Central Midwest Carpenters have built our communities in Northwest Indiana. Are you ready to join the effort? We have long-term work, competitive pay, and the best benefits in the industry. We pride ourselves on innovative training and commitment to worksite safety. Earn as you learn as an apprentice. A solid career built on a solid legacy. For more info, go to carpenters.com.
Back from our Powers Health Hydration break. Fuel up, stay strong, stay powered. From the Strack and Van Til broadcast booth, I'm Josh Lepowski here with you. How about Josh Malloy with a Westland and Bennett clutch moment in the toughest moments count on Westland and Bennett? A three-pointer at the buzzer to finish off a 10-0 powering Indiana scoring run when the game needs electricity, count on Powering Indiana, and Munster leads KV 15-5. I think I paid about I think I paid Heartland Sports Network's monthly bills with that read there. And falling to the floor that time was Jace Barrera, and that's a travel, so Munster will take the ball from here. I was talking with my producer, Hedrick. Hedrick is doing the producing tonight, and Ben Coward is up on the camera. If there's any team in Indiana high school basketball that would hate to see a shot clock, right now it's the Munster Mustangs. Talk about a team that is just playing this patient game to perfection so far. Pass inside, Alex Johnson. Now it's Dominic Alvarez to Bird on the near wing. Now in the corner, Malloy. Fires inside, pass intercepted. The other way, Jace Barrera. Barrera has two defenders in his face, though. Gives it off to Matthew Rose, who goes to the rack and scoops it in. How about that? Nice play there from Matthew Rose. Good job in transition to get a basket. Open for three, Caleb Bird skips off the rim. Nice box out job by Luke Earhart, and KV is able to get the rebound, and it's batted out of bounds by Troy Jarrett. I tell you what, if you're a basketball coach and you want to show your team how to box out, show what Luke Earhart just did. That was a fundamental box out right there, and it gave KV the ball. There's an old saying in basketball, if you box out, you can out-rebound anybody. Here's a three, kaboom, from number 10, Luke Earhart. KV on fire to start the second quarter, 5-0 run, it's 15-10. That box out that time as well could be a candidate for our USW 7-1 Refinery tough play of the game. Munster still waiting patiently here, up 5. Nearly 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's a three, too strong that time from Malloy. Tipped out of bounds, last touch by Kankakee Valley, so the Mustangs will inbound from there. It will be Caleb Bird inbounding, the freshman. Bounces it inside, nice open cut that time by Troy Jarrett, but the real guy that made that play happen was Alex Johnson. He was able to set almost a little screen there right around the basket, opened up the lane for Troy Jarrett and allowed him to score. 17-10 Mustangs. And that pass intercepted. Josh Malloy on the run. Stops, gets it out to Alvarez. Now Alvarez gets it back. And a travel. Shuffled his feet. And we have a substitution. Number 5, Carson Armstrong coming in for Kankakee Valley. He replaces Jaden Anderson. Matthew Rose ready to inbound it to Carson Armstrong. Final 2 minutes, or just over 2 minutes gone by here in this second quarter, and a nice defensive play by Dominic Alvarez to bat that one off of Earhart. And Munster will inbound from there after substitution. Victor Guaramato back in. Caleb Bird is out. And now Munster sets up the offense. Near side, Alvarez a three, off the iron. Rebound hauled in by Jarrett. And Jarrett called for another travel. That's a lot of travels Munster's been called on. You know, sometimes, you have those little habits that maybe are like technically travels, but not every official will call them. You wonder if some of that's happening with Munster tonight, where, those things that maybe they could get away with in certain games, they won't in other games. Sometimes that can happen. KV with the ball. That pass through the hands and into the backcourt. Guaramato has it stripped out of his hands by Troy Jarrett. Good hustle that time, or Luke Earhart, I should say, on that one. Good hustle, and now Munster will have to inbound along the baseline. Munster's had kind of a hot-cold aspect to them in this game to this point. Long pass towards the backcourt. Josh Malloy with it. Out to Guaramato. Guaramato one-hands it to Alvarez. Alvarez skips into the paint, floats one up, drops it in. Beautiful play that time. And now it's 19-10. The Cougars put up a jumper, and it's Zachary McCash responding. Makes it a 7-point game once again. Dominic Alvarez gets it to the corner, Malloy. Malloy in the lane. Goes up, gets the friendly roll. Now we're seeing Munster changing their strategy a little bit. They're attacking the paint a little bit more. Seems like KV, and that's one thing, is that with the way KV has been playing defensively, they've really been keeping those Munster forwards up against the low block, as look at Luke Earhart knocking down a big tray, a Tech Credit Union three-pointer. They're the better option for your financial journey, 21-15. But because of the way KV's playing defense, it looks like they've switched off to purely a man-to-man defense at this point. It's opening up the paint a little bit more, and it's forcing Munster to play a little faster and a little bit more aggressive. Malloy pulls up from 15 foot away. It's short. Long rebound, loose on the deck, picked up by KV. Barrera hands it off here to Armstrong. Pass through the hands of Earhart and into the bleachers. Munster will inbound from the near side, just in front of their own bench. And a couple substitutions. Jace Barrera in the game for KV at this point, and for Munster, it looks like Caleb Bird and Grant Richter back in. We'll see if KV stays in that man-to-man defense or if they go back to that zone defense. It looks like with the arms out, they're going back to a zone. 3 on the way. Alex Johnson off the heel. Long rebound to Bird. Bird underneath. Grant Richter open. Floats it in. Rebound to Richter. Good play. And that ball stripped out of the hands there of Carson Armstrong, and last touch by Armstrong, so Munster will get to inbound from there on the far side. 2:45 to go, second quarter. Taking the ball this time was Bird before giving it off to Johnson. Now Alvarez. Bounce pass wide open. A cut from Josh Malloy. Bounces it in off the rim, and Munster's back up by 10. Ties their largest lead of the evening. And they have a foul call this time on Munster. That foul was called on Caleb Bird. I believe that's the first foul all night on Munster. It's Bird's first. This has been a lightning quick first half, and a big reason why is because we haven't seen a lot of fouls. Pass inside. Barrera dishes it out to Barrera. Or McCash, who hit that one off the bottom of the backboard, and now here comes Munster. Caleb Bird, one-handed pass. Well, that was a tough one, and almost handled, but not quite by Alvarez, and KV gets the takeaway. Matthew Rose with it. To the elbow, has his dribble picked up. Earhart trying to look for somewhere to go. Ball bounces around and off the end line and the baseline, and that means KV will inbound as we have a substitution. Troy Jarrett checks back in for Munster to replace Caleb Bird. 25-15. Munster has the lead, just under 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Open for three, Matthew Rose, not getting it that time. Here comes Munster. Malloy to the corner, a three on the way, Troy Jarrett off the iron. Jaden Anderson slowing things down here for KV. 95 seconds remain in the half. 10 points is the largest lead Munster has had in this contest so far. KV has yet to lead. Here's a three. Off the back of the rim that time. Too much on it from Earhart. Malloy into the paint for Munster. And an offensive foul is called as tumbling to the floor. It looks like that was Matthew Rose. Good defensive play by Rose as Josh Malloy is called for the charge. His second foul of the game, or his first foul of the game. Team's second of the quarter. Neither team is in danger of putting the other in the bonus, at least for yet. Long three on the way, and Luke Earhart shows off his range. 25-18, there's a Tech Credit Union three-pointer there, the better option for your financial journey. Malloy to Koistra, now back far side to Alvarez. Defense chant coming from the KV band at this point. Alvarez off to Jarrett. 30 seconds to go in the half. Jarrett nearly lost the ball. He's being hounded by Zachary Mikash. Mikash not letting him get away. Now Malloy with it, guarded by Earhart. KV, who's been switching between a man and a zone defense all night. Munster having to contend with the man at this point, but they have not given up the basketball. 13 seconds to go. Alvarez flirting with the half-court line, gets around his defender, falls to the floor, makes the shot anyway. 27-18, KV has 3 seconds to work with. 3 up and on the way. Jaden Anderson is unable to knock it down, and that'll do it for the first half of play. 27-18, the Munster Mustangs hold a 9-point lead heading into the intermission. We're back after this on the Heartland Sports Network.
This weekend, make Doc's Barbecue your home for wall-to-wall football action. Kick things off with Friday Night Lights on JEG TV. Roll into a full slate of college football Saturday and wrap it up with every big play from NFL Sunday, all on the big screen at Doc's. Pair the games with Southern-style hickory smoked barbecue in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere. Stop by Doc's Smokehouse in Dyer, where football and flavor go hand in hand all weekend long.
Have you ever considered becoming an iron worker? Local 395 is now accepting applications for their apprenticeship program. Go to ironworkers395.com. Look under the training section, click on apprenticeship, and scroll down to the application. You must be 18 years old, have a high school diploma or GED, and you must be physically able to perform the work of the trade. Find out more by calling the apprenticeship school in Lake Station at 219-962-7675 or visit ironworkers395.com.
Embrace every opportunity. At Indiana University Northwest, you'll research alongside experts, develop career-ready skills, and accomplish your lifelong dreams. Whatever your goal may be, achieve it here close to home at IU Northwest, right here in the region. Join us for a life-changing learning experience at the best-priced university in Northwest Indiana. It all begins at northwest.iu.edu. Bring on tomorrow at Indiana University Northwest.
Popa Heating and Cooling is now here to service your area. Since 1968, we have been Northwest Indiana's trusted HVAC experts. Whether it's installing, repairing, or maintaining your heating and cooling systems, our professional and friendly service ensures you stay comfortable year-round. From furnaces and air conditioners to boilers and humidifiers, we handle it all. For tailored maintenance plans, 24/7 emergency response, and premium HVAC solutions, visit popahvac.com or call 219-838-7700.
Plumbers Local 210 is now accepting applications for its 2026 paid apprenticeship program beginning January 6th. This program offers paid hands-on training and classroom instruction to help you build a long-term career in the plumbing trade. Applications must be dropped off in person during these times, January 6th through 9th from 9 a.m. till noon, January 13th through 16th from 1 till 4 p.m., and January 20th through 23rd from 4 to 7 p.m. Applications are in person only. Visit plumbers210.com for details.
Are you searching for a college where you belong? Calumet College of St. Joseph wants to know you and give you the support you need to succeed. Are you worried about how you'll pay for your degree? 95% of our students receive financial aid, including scholarships and grants. Need some extra help with your classes? You'll benefit from our small class sizes, free tutoring, internship planning, faculty mentors, and so much more. Come experience our accepting, supportive college family for yourself. Schedule your campus visit and apply at ccsj.edu.
From the gym in Wheatfield, Kankakee Valley High School, from the Strack and Van Til broadcast booth, I'm Joshua Lepowski, back from our Powers Health Hydration break. Fuel up, stay strong, stay powered. 27-18, Munster holding on to a 9-point lead over Kankakee Valley. And, that's just kind of how the game's felt. It's felt like a 9-point game. Munster's been in control pretty much the entire time. Kankakee Valley has, not really been able to get enough going offensively to really compete with Munster. And Munster, while not having the best night shooting-wise they haven't turned the ball over a lot. They've played solid defense, and they've just kind of won that way up to this point. And Munster being a team that was 2-7 coming into this game, people beginning to wonder, could Munster be losing their stranglehold on the NCC this season? Well, so far tonight against Kankakee Valley, they've shown, at the very least, they're still able to hang with a team like Kankakee Valley at this point. And, of course, the conference schedule gets tougher from here, but still, all worth noting here for Munster. They're having a three-point shooting contest right now, I believe, for a 2-leader. I believe they are doing that for at this point. Just under 6 minutes to go until the second half of play here at the gym here in Wheatfield, KV and Munster. And, kind of what I've noticed in the first half from Kankakee Valley is the fact that they were kind of switching between this man and the zone defense. And it's not that KV's played bad defensively. They played pretty good defensively. Munster hasn't gotten a lot of quick baskets. They haven't necessarily gotten the takeaways I think they would want. You want to try to get into some of those Munster passing lanes a bit and force some turnovers. Haven't been able to get that. Haven't made a lot of shots on the other end. But Munster, meanwhile, has played just tremendous defensively. They haven't allowed Kankakee Valley to penetrate. They haven't allowed them to get into the paint easily. A lot of tough, difficult shots, and it just hasn't worked out very well for them at this point. By the way, if you want an update on what the IU game is right now, 4:57 to go in the second quarter at the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. The Indiana Hoosiers are up 21-7 on the Oregon Ducks. The Indiana Hoosiers trying to make it to the college football playoff national championship game. Who would think we would be saying that in the year 2026? IU going to a national championship game in football. I don't think I expected that, but here we are nonetheless, and IU's a really good team. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we will start the second half of play. Munster over KV 27-18 on the Heartland Sports Network.
For over 140 years, the Central Midwest Carpenters have built our communities in Northwest Indiana. Are you ready to join the effort? We have long-term work, competitive pay, and the best benefits in the industry. We pride ourselves on innovative training and commitment to worksite safety. Earn as you learn as an apprentice. A solid career built on a solid legacy. For more info, go to carpenters.com.
Is college still worth it? At Ivy Tech Community College Valparaiso, it is. 4 out of 5 Ivy Tech students graduate debt-free. That's real opportunity without the financial burden. With 10 class start dates a year and over 45 programs, you can learn today and earn tomorrow. Choose from degree pathways or dozens of hands-on training and certificate programs, all at 3 convenient locations: Valparaiso, LaPorte, and Michigan City. Visit ivytech.edu/Valparaiso to learn more and apply.
Graduating high school and starting college is a big milestone. New gadgets, new friends, and a whole new chapter in life. But before you head to campus, there's one important step you shouldn't skip: reviewing your insurance coverage. If you're living away from home, your parents' policy may only cover you partially, or not at all. With years of trusted service right here in Schererville, Mackey Insurance Group is committed to keeping you safe and informed, whether you're on the road or planning your next adventure. Call us at 219-440-2021 or visit MackeyINSgroup.com to learn more.
When your home needs help, the last thing you need is a faceless corporation or sales-driven franchise. At Myers Companies, we've been proudly local since 1951, born and raised right here in Northwest Indiana. We're family-owned and operated, built on trust, hard work, and integrity. And because we're family, we treat you like family. Your comfort and safety always come first. For HVAC, plumbing, and electrical done right, choose Myers Companies. Local, family-owned, here for your family.
From the gas in your car to the heat in your home, we make it all. We're USW Local 71, the proud men and women at the Whiting Refinery. We're more than refinery workers. We're your friends, neighbors, and coaches, building our future together and making Northwest Indiana a better place. Since 1937, we've been on the front lines, demanding safer workplaces and better jobs for all of us who call the region home. USW Local 71, fueling the region because we are the region.
For more than 100 years, Roofers Union Local 26 has been a part of the fabric of Northwest Indiana, keeping homes, schools, and businesses safe and dry. We train hard with 4 years of apprenticeship and lifelong learning to ensure every job is done with care, safety, and pride. Our members are highly trained professionals who enjoy a safe workplace, fair wages, and career stability. Learn why Roofers Local 26 is a great partner for business and workers at roofers26.com.
Back here at Kankakee Valley High School in Wheatfield from the Strachan Van Til broadcast booth, I'm Joshua Lepowski. Flying solo tonight, 27-18. The Munster Mustangs lead the Kankakee Valley Cougars as we get set to start the second half of play. Before we start the second half, let's take a look at what a couple of these teams have coming up. As a reminder, both these schools being NCC schools, you can see every game live on the Heartland Sports Network, live and on demand. Next up, Munster continues their conference schedule next week on Thursday when they host Highland. Then they have a couple of 4A opponents coming up after that. They're at Maryville on the 17th, home against Hammond Central on January 20th. Then 3 away games at Hobart on January 23rd to continue conference play. Hobart off to a 5-1 start. At Lowell on January 30th, and they're at Valpo on January 31st to finish out the month of January. Meanwhile, Kankakee Valley coming up, they will host Twin Lakes a week from tonight on January 16th. Then the second half of a back-to-back, they travel to Gary Lighthouse on the 17th, and they're at Knox on January 21st. Then the start of 3 straight conference games. Lowell on the 24th of January, on the road against Highland on January 30th. Then they are home against Hobart on February the 5th. So Kankakee Valley has that gauntlet coming up for them. And both teams, as we said, still at the beginning of conference play. Munster, a 42-game conference winning streak coming into this game. By the way, update from the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Fernando Mendoza, a 36-yard touchdown pass, and IU is up 28-7 on the Oregon Ducks with 3:13 to go in the second quarter in Atlanta. So how about that for the Indiana Hoosiers? They played pretty well against Oregon in the regular season, 28-7, putting close to the half. Yes, IU is that good. All right, Munster back out there, KV back out there, KV in white, Munster in red. We're ready to go. Actually, that is Caleb Bird ready to inbound the ball for Munster. Troy Jarrett along with him. Him alongside Josh Malloy, Victor Guaramato, and Grant Richter out there for Munster. For KV, it is their starting lineup, it looks like. Van Koistra, Luke Earhart, Zachary McCash, Jaden Anderson, Matthew Rose on the court here tonight. And here's Munster with the ball. Both teams have switched sides. Munster attacking the left end. And how about that pass to Troy Jarrett to open up the third quarter? Munster draws first blood in the second half. This is the largest lead they've had all night, 29-18. Luke Earhart has this one for KV. Throws it inside. Matthew Rose. Now the couple quick passes to the corner. Bounce pass back to Rose. Turns around, floats it up, and it's in and out. Josh Malloy climbs the ladder with the rebound. Alternating between hands. Quick whip to the corner. 3 up and on the way. Kaboom from Caleb Bird. A Tech Credit Union three-pointer. Munster on a 5-0 powering Indiana scoring run to start the third quarter. KV slowing things down a little bit to try to work with the pace that Munster's doing here at the start of the third quarter. We mentioned Munster typically a team that plays slow. How about 2 buckets in the first minute of the third as that ball goes out of bounds, and they will inbound there towards the corner. And again, Kankakee Valley has struggled immensely offensively this season, and that one out of bounds tipped off of Victor Guaramato, and that trend is continuing. We mentioned how KV, ever since their opening night win against Rensselaer Central, they haven't been able to score more than 58 points in a game. That ball into the backcourt. Josh Malloy picks it up, waits for his teammates to get there. Open is Caleb Bird, another 3. Not that time. And has to fight with Jarrett, who gets the rebound eventually. And now Munster resets the offense. Guaramato on the wing. Now Malloy, and back again to Bird. Munster playing hot potato with the basketball before Bird picks it up, skips in a jump into the lane, off the glass, no. Rebound, Grant Richter using his size, misses the putback, out of bounds off of Munster, and KV will inbound it. Grant Richter, the 6'8 freshman, getting the start here as a freshman, and of course, being 6'8", can't help but wonder what type of a player he can become if he can consistently put those balls back in. Quick pass inside, tipped almost into the net as Josh Malloy picks it up after Troy Jarrett and almost intercepted it. Malloy to Guaramato near the corner. Bounce pass underneath to Richter. Richter goes to work in the post. May flip it out top of the key. Malloy for 3, in and out of the cup. But the rebound taken by Troy Jarrett. Nice play. Pass inside to Guaramato. Back out to Jarrett in the corner. Here's another 3 ball. Skips off the iron. A whistle and a foul on the floor. And that is against Kankakee Valley, so Munster will get the basketball. That foul is on Zachary McCash, number 14. Haven't seen a lot of fouls in this game. Neither team got into the bonus in the first half. And a nice pass to a cutting Troy Jarrett. And now it is a 7-0 run to start the third quarter. Powering Indiana sponsors our scoring runs. When the game needs electricity, count on Powering Indiana. KV does respond, though, thanks to the spin move from Mikash. 34-18, or 34-20 now. Caleb Bird with the ball. Now back out to Malloy. Bird again. Malloy in the corner, flips it back to Bird. Now they, couple quick passes inside. Richter has it swatted away by Zachary Mikash. He climbed 7 inches to get that one. Here's a 3 on the way. Nothing but nylon from Luke Earhart. Two-way basketball from the Cougars. And a Tech Credit Union three-pointer. They're the better option for your financial journey. Grant Richter, this time he's able to get the best of Matthew Rose. And that makes it 36-23. That one blocked by Richter. And we have a hold that time. That'll be on KV. Yeah, generally speaking, if you are 6'1", shooting with a 6'8" guy right in your face is not the most well-advised thing to do. Foul is on, yes, it's on Matthew Rose, his second, team second of the quarter. Neither team really in deep foul trouble at this point. Again, not a lot of fouls in this game. Guaramato with a 15-foot jumper. This time a foul was called. It's a shooting foul. So Guaramato will go to the line for 2 free throws. Matthew Rose called for that one. That's his third, team's third. Another trip to the IU Northwest free throw line. Your future, your IU. Guaramato on his tippy toes, misses that one off the heel of the rim. Munster was not particularly efficient from the free throw line in the first half. They didn't have a ton of opportunities, but still. Guaramato knocks down that one. I don't have live stats here, but I think it's entirely plausible. KV has gone this entire game so far without shooting a free throw. That's pretty incredible. Here's a 3 on the way. That one is short. Josh Malloy behind the defense, gets the pass, lost the ball, flips it off the bottom of the rim. Rebound is to Mikash. Mikash snaking through the defense, gets it to the corner, dishing it out here to Luke Earhart, who is hit and fouled. I believe they're going to get Troy Jarrett for that one. That foul indeed is on Troy Jarrett, number 10, the 6'4" junior forward. That's his first, team second. 3 fouls so far for KV, 2 for Munster. What can KV do with this one? Mikash stops. Top of the key, Van Koistra. Van Koistra through the defense. He gets fouled. And it looks like Kankakee Valley is going to, for the first time tonight, make a trip to the IU Northwest free throw line. And it will be Van Koistra taking him there. Your future, your IU. And we have a timeout being taken. It is a 30-second timeout sponsored by Doc's Smokehouse Barbecue. Take a moment, let it simmer. And it's taken by Kankakee Valley. That's another thing that's made this game go quick is not a lot of timeouts. Both timeouts taken have been 30 seconds, so we'll keep it here for this one. Taking a look at Kankakee Valley's free throw shooting numbers for the season. As a team, they're shooting 56% from the charity stripe. Van Koistra, as a player, he has the 3rd most free throw attempts on the team at 24 behind Zach Mikash, who's shooting 77%, and Luke Earhart, who's at 47%. Koistra, 14 of 24, 58%. So really outside of Mikash, it's been a struggle for KV from the charity stripe this season. And it's not like Munster's giving them a lot of chances tonight either. Van Koistra at the free throw line. 2 shots upcoming. First one is through the hoop. Second one upcoming. Just getting started with our weekend of coverage here on the Heartland Sports Network. Tomorrow we got plenty of games for you, some college games, and a couple of high school games as well for you. We'll pass this along to you in a moment. Jarrett inside. Just into the game now is Anakin Hoffman. That's in the corner, a 3 for Alex Johnson. Missed that one. Earhart with the ball, double teamed in the corner, looking for an outlet, finds a wide open Jaden Anderson at the rack, and he scores. Munster with the basketball, down to 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Pass underneath, Anakin Hoffman is fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. I was telling you about how we have a busy weekend of coverage on the Heartland Sports Network, and tomorrow we have a couple of college doubleheaders at 1 and 3. CCSJ women's and men's basketball hosts Viterbo. IUN, I'll be at this one. Women host Mount Mary. The men host Olivet Nazarene. As Anakin Hoffman's at the free throw line for 2 free throws. Munster now in the bonus with that one. Also tomorrow, Region Radio will be on the call as Hammond Central hosts Crown Point in boys basketball. Hobart plays host to Ileana Christian tomorrow night as well. That'll be on the airwaves. And also, Bishop Knoll hosts Gary Westside tomorrow. Tim Fedler will be on the call for that one, as Anakin Hoffman goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. So plenty of high school basketball action coming up tomorrow. Anderson inside to Rose. Rose underneath. With it is McCash. McCash lost the ball. Off the bottom of the backboard, falls to the floor, out of bounds off of Munster. McCash screaming, saying he thought that was a foul, but they didn't call it. And into the game comes Dominic Alvarez and Josh Malloy for Munster. Caleb Bird out. Alex Johnson also in. And Troy Jarrett is out. 13-point lead for Munster, who really just this entire game has just had a slight edge on Kankakee Valley and has just slowly ballooned the lead from there. They've led ever since the start. By the way, there was a discrepancy on the scoreboard. Munster, or KV, only has 4 fouls, not 5. Either way, that tipped out of bounds by Alex Johnson. Either way, next KV foul puts Munster to the free throw line. So 4 fouls and 5 fouls doesn't make a huge difference. Anderson into an open Earhart, takes a couple steps in, floats it up off the rim. The putback scooped up and in by Matthew Rhodes. And also, scoreboard's back correct once again, 39-29, thanks to Anakin Hoffman's shooting at the free throw line. Guaramado with 3. Nope. Rebound is lightly grabbed by Rose, and now Luke Earhart at the controls of the offense. Anderson back to Earhart, a 3, rattles it home, 7-point game. A Tech Credit Union 3-pointer cuts it to single digits. Kankakee Valley, can they mount a comeback? Munster's gone cold here in this third quarter. They need a big shot. Can they get it? Malloy is open. Can he hit it? You bet. 42-32. That could be a candidate for a Westland and Bennett clutch moment if Munster can parlay that into a run. We'll see. 10-point game again. Tipped around, out to the wing. 3 up on the way. Oh, what about Luke Earhart again? From beyond the arc. It's raining threes here in Kankakee Valley. Tech Credit Union getting their money's worth. The better option for your financial journey. Guaramado to Alvarez. Underneath now it's Johnson and a whistle, and I couldn't see the signal from the official. I'm going to be blunt. I'm not totally sure what that signal is. I'm guessing that's 3 seconds in the paint. Indeed it is. Yeah, 3 seconds in the paint. So now it's a 7-point game. Munster with a couple of substitutions here. Troy Jarrett's back in the game. Alex Johnson out there as well alongside Dominic Alvarez, Caleb Bird, and Josh Malloy. For KV, Jaden Anderson is playing the point right now alongside Carson Armstrong, Luke Earhart, and then the forwards are Matthew Rose and Van Koistra. KV in the final minute can cut this lead down significantly. That 3 is short. Getting his own rebound, though, is Koistra from 15 foot away. Nothing but nylon. It's a 5-point game. Munster looked like they might be able to pull away to an easy win, but KV says not so fast. Caleb Bird with the ball now, gives it off to Malloy. Malloy has one buzzer beater in the game already. Bird with it, cross-court pass, Malloy with 5 seconds, a three, it's short, and a whistle. They say that was off of the upper support off the backboard. If it hits the upper support off the backboard, it's considered out of bounds. KV has less than 2 seconds, 2.9 exactly, to get something before the end of the third. How dramatic would that be? Pass intercepted. Up it goes. Dominic Alvarez beats the buzzer. What a hustle play from Dominic Alvarez, and Munster is up by 7. How about that for a USW 7-1 Refinery? Tough play of the game. Look at the hustle from Dominic Alvarez. We're through 3. Munster up by 7, 44-37 on Kankakee Valley. We're back after this on the Heartland Sports Network.
From the gas in your car to the heat in your home, we make it all. We're USW Local 71, the proud men and women at the Whiting Refinery. We're more than refinery workers. We're your friends, neighbors, and coaches, building our future together and making Northwest Indiana a better place. Since 1937, we've been on the front lines, demanding safer workplaces and better jobs for all of us who call the region home. USW Local 71, fueling the region because we are the region.
Tech Credit Union supports the essential role of union labor in building strong communities. That's why we offer hassle-free banking, financial empowerment, and a commitment to your success. Save for the future, handle life's challenges, and trust a partner that stands by hardworking union members. Tech Credit Union, the better option for you and your money. Visit techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union, supporting union families every step of the way.
Welcome back to Kankakee Valley, back from our Powers Health hydration break. Fuel up, stay strong, stay powered. How about this update from Atlanta? IU 35, Oregon 7, with 41 seconds to go in the first half. The Indiana Hoosiers are annihilating the Oregon Ducks right now as Carson Armstrong is called for a travel. Cody Scott does not like the call. Rolls his eyes as he walks back to the bench. So Munster, thanks to that great hustle play by Dominic Alvarez, is up by 7 after KV looked like they had a chance to make it a one-score game with a big shot. Munster feels slightly more in control now, but not out of the woods yet. Got to play another quarter. And they're back to playing this patient brand of basketball they did in the first half that got them that lead. They're just swinging it around the horn. Now here's a three on the way. It is short. Good rebound there from Matthew Rose, but they're going to say he fouled Troy Jarrett. Either that or he stepped out of bounds. I'm going to assume they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. I don't see where there would have been a foul there. Yep, it's out of bounds. Pass inside to Jarrett, puts it down. Good movement with his arms around everybody else and in. Whenever you're playing in the post or around the rim, it's all about body positioning, and that was a good job that time. And here's a steal. Josh Malloy behind the defense. Up easy, does it at the rim. It's an 11-point game. How about this? A powering Indiana scoring run. 6-0 for Munster. And that's going to be a foul on Munster. It's called on Caleb Bird. All scoring run sponsored by Powering Indiana. When the game needs electricity, count on Powering Indiana. Pass intercepted right into the hands of Troy Jarrett. Jarrett looking to go coast to coast. He can't that time. Rebound taken by Matthew Rose. Rose dishes it off, and we have a whistle, and a shoe has gone flying up against the padding. That shoe belongs to Troy Jarrett. Jace Barrera comes into the game for Kankakee Valley to replace Jaden Anderson. Yeah, playing on a hardwood floor without a shoe, not good. That's a very easy way to damage your foot. Jace Barrera set to inbound the ball, and Carson Armstrong takes it. Earhart. Overhand pass inside to Rose. It's it back out to Barrera on the wing, who lost control of the ball, hauled in by Johnson. Quick pass, Malloy open, puts it up, a three, in and out. Rebound is fought for on the deck, and it looks like we'll have a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Munster, so they'll keep it. Up by 11 with 6:19 to go in the fourth quarter. KV was down 5. It looked like they were on their way to coming back into this game after being down by as much as 13, and Munster has said not so fast as Malloy misses a 3, but still a long way to go in this game. Plenty of time for KV to make this one closer. Barrera back to the bucket. Bounce passes it to Armstrong, floats one up. It's short, might have been tipped. Long pass behind the defense. Dominic Alvarez lost the ball, goes up against Carson Armstrong. A whistle and a foul is called, and Dominic Alvarez will go to the line. He's a little slow to get up at this point. Does get up, though. We've seen Alvarez sprinting all over the place in this game. He had that tremendous defensive play turning into a buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter. That was an example of a Westland and Bennett clutch moment, and the toughest moments count on Westland and Bennett. We've had 2 of those for Munster. A 3-pointer by Josh Malloy at the end of the first quarter, and then that play by Dominic Alvarez at the end of the third quarter. He knocks down the first free throw. 49-37. As into the game comes Zachary McCash for Kankakee Valley to replace Carson Armstrong. Alvarez flicks the wrist. Nothing but nylon. 13-point game, tied for the largest lead Munster has had here tonight. And after KV made a valiant comeback effort, it wasn't quite enough. And now they're down 13. They've got an even bigger effort to make here in the fourth. I believe they're going to get Troy Jarrett that time, and they will. That is his second, team second of the quarter. Few more fouls here in this second half than we have seen. Neither coach has called a full timeout yet in this game. And how about that swat from Troy Jarrett out of bounds? Jarrett's fired up. Long pass, and there's Josh Malloy in the passing lane. A lot of turnovers and takeaways from Munster tonight. Long pass to the corner. Alvarez again, skips off the rim. Jarrett the rebound, gets it out to Bird, who puts up a 3 of his own, and he hits! A Tech Credit Union three-pointer. A 16-point lead for the Kankakee, or for the Munster Mustangs. KV, the team in the deficit at this point. How about that? 53-37. This run is ballooned to an 11-0 run. And Matthew Rose stops the bleeding for a moment, but down 14 here in the fourth quarter. Things are not looking good for the Cougars. And Munster, a team that came into this game 2-7, wondering, will their streak in the NCC come to an end? It looks like tonight that streak will hold, at least for the moment. Here's a 3 on the way, and Alex Johnson joins the party. A Tech Credit Union three-pointer. It is now 56-39. KV this time climbing the ladder for that rebound was McCash, and a whistle and a foul. That foul was on number 3, Alex Johnson, a push. I believe they're saying that foul's on the floor, and we're going to have some substitutions for Kankakee Valley. Number 15, Isaac Deerdorf, and number 23, Jaden Anderson come into the game. Bounce pass inside, and a block from Troy Jarrett from behind, but they call a foul. Matthew Rose heads to the free throw line for Kankakee Valley. Munster up 17. Now, Munster tonight, it's really just been a pretty old school formula. You know, pretty, I guess, low risk formula to some extent. I mean, don't turn the ball over, wait for good shots, play good defense. And that's what's gotten them to this point here. That's what they've done. They've just played really good defense and have done a good job offensively to hang on to the ball, not any silly turnovers or anything. As we have a timeout being taken by Coach Hackett in Munster. It is a 30, so we'll keep it here since that's the case. Doc Smokehouse Barbecue timeout. Take a moment. Let it simmer. 4:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. And with it being a 16-point game, I feel like it's close enough where I think we can give out our play of the game at this point. And we're going to give that one to that tremendous play by Dominic Alvarez at the end of the third quarter. That steal and that score that set Munster onto that big run. Our play of the night, sponsored by Roofers Local 26. When it matters most, stay on top. Well, that was really the play. You know, that was where the game felt like momentum was shifting over towards Kankakee Valley a little bit, and then that play just swung it all the way back towards Munster, and now they lead 56-40 here in the fourth quarter. So Munster looking for their 23rd consecutive win against Kankakee Valley, looking for their 43rd consecutive win in the conference. There's a lollipop pass that Jarrett falls down trying to get. Johnson picks it up, gives it off to Alvarez, who is fouled, puts it in anyway. Dominic Alvarez, another aggressive play. He's been scrappy here in this fourth quarter. He's shooting one to complete a three-point play. Trying to extend the biggest lead of the night for Munster, and he does. 19-point lead, final 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Deerdorf, Anderson, Deerdorf again. Now in the corner, Earhart throws it inside. McCash against two defenders. Just kind of flips one up there. And I was talking about a forced shot. That was absolutely one. Jarrett goes baseline this time, and they're going to say a foul called before he was able to put that one in, and that means Matthew Rose has drawn the team's fourth foul. That's also his fourth. 19-point game. I don't think foul numbers matter all too much, but still. And wide open underneath the basket is Alex Johnson. Someone just missed him. Something you got to avoid. Wide open for a three, and hitting is Isaac Deerdorf, the senior. Isaac Deerdorf, not a guy who scores a lot, but he puts the three in there. Make it an 18-point game. On the wing with it is Guaramato. Guaramato directing traffic, looking for somewhere to go, and he can't. Timeout has to be called by Mike Hackett to avoid a 5-second call. And it's another 30, sponsored by Doc Smokehouse Barbecue. Take a moment, let it simmer. It's a 30, we'll keep it here once again. 18-point lead for Munster over Kankakee Valley. Some notable games we have coming up on the Heartland Sports Network next week. Full broadcast that we have. On Monday, Calumet hosts Hammond Central. We'll be there for that one. On Tuesday the 13th, Wheeler hosts Hobart, 7 o'clock. We'll be there for that one. Hanover Central Wrestling also on the air on Wednesday the 14th. Boone Grove Girls host Wheeler on Thursday the 15th. Friday the 16th, Couts Boys Basketball hosts Washington Township. I'll be there for that one. Couts also is doing their Hall of Fame induction ceremony that night. That is next Friday, starting at 7 o'clock here on the Heartland Sports Network. I'll be there for that, so please be sure to tune in for that. That should be a fun night. Always a fun gym, not too far from here in Kankakee Valley. KV and Munster, oftentimes opponents in the non-conference due to their proximity. That one squirts out of bounds, out of the hands of Victor Guaramato, and it was, they're debating who was it off of. And they're going to say it's off of Munster, so KV will inbound from there. Couple substitutions, Carson Armstrong and Jace Barrera into the game for KV, replacing Jaden Anderson and Luke Earhart. So Jaden Anderson, Jace Barrera, Cole Armstrong, Isaac Deerdorf, and Carson Armstrong all in the game. So KV has taken most of their starters out of the game at this point. There's a foul going to be called on Munster. That's the 4th foul on Troy Jarrett, his 4th. And that should be, yep, that's the 5th foul on Munster, so KV is in the bonus with Cole Armstrong at the line. Cole Armstrong, who played in the JV game earlier, getting a chance to get a run on the varsity squad here tonight. With a game that's in all likelihood out of touch. And again, it's a bit of a longer layoff for both these teams before their next game. Munster doesn't play until Thursday when they host Highland. KV doesn't play until next Friday when they host Twin Lakes, so they'll have plenty of time after this one to regroup a little bit. But the schedule gets busy, and we have a foul on Kankakee Valley as Dominic Alvarez tried to get into the front court. That's the 4th on Kankakee Valley, so one more foul, and that'll put Munster into the bonus. And you better believe with some of these younger guys in the game right now, you better believe they're going to be aggressive. And why wouldn't they be? Jarrett kicks it out to the corner to Guaramato. Couple passes now, Alvarez to Malloy. Munster also trying to milk the clock as much as they can here late in the game. Malloy. Long pass inside. Dominic Alvarez tries to scoop that one but can't. A whistle and a foul. 2 shots upcoming for Munster. That is the 5th foul on KV, so that puts him in the bonus. That foul was on number 15, Isaac Deerdorf, it looks like. His 2nd, team's 5th. Munster is in the bonus. The first time all night either team has gotten into the bonus. Here's Dominic Alvarez at the line. Rattles home the free throw. Makes it 62-45. Munster sitting well above their average for the year. They've gotten over 60 only 4 times before tonight in their first 11 games, averaging 53 points per game. Defensively, this is easily their best performance of the year. They haven't given up less than 50 in a game this year, giving up an average of 62.9 points per game. So to this point, it's been a pretty good performance, but KV is heading to the line for free throws, and it's Carson Armstrong. Armstrong knocks down the first free throw. 17-point lead. Armstrong knocks in another free throw, 16-point game. Near side, Guaramato. Looking for somewhere to go. Eventually finds Malloy, who tried to hold on to the ball for a second. Bounce pass underneath. Nice squeeze move that time by Alex Johnson. 65-47, 18-point lead for Munster. KV with the ball again, mainly bench players out there now. Barrera floats one up and drops it down. Good jumper from Jace Barrera. Final minute of the 4th quarter, and Munster has the ball, and they are getting close to getting a win in their conference opener against Kankakee Valley. And that's a 10-second call, so some good defense there by Kankakee Valley. Bench players are playing hard exactly as you expect them to. Still have one more post-game award to give out at this point. That is a player of the game. And we'll be giving that out here in just a little bit. Bounce pass near side. Now with the top of the key here is Barrera. Throws it near side here to Armstrong. And lost the ball. Here comes Munster the other way. Malloy behind the defense. Easy does it at the rim. 67-49. It's an 18-point lead for Munster. KV with one last gasp here. 14 seconds to go. Barrera puts up a 3. Off the mark. Rebound tipped around. Malloy has it. And he gets out of a scrum and takes it over the timeline, and he's going to dribble it out, and that'll do it. The Munster Mustangs take home a win in their conference opener, an 18-point win over the Kankakee Valley Cougars. The Munster Mustangs are victorious. They get their third win of the season. They continue their conference winning streak as they continue their quest to defend their dominance over the Northwest Crossroads Conference. We'll take a brief timeout here as we sort out who's going to be our player of the game. So we'll be back after this. Munster beats KV 67-49 on the Heartland Sports Network.
Health is committed to advancing medical care and technology in our area. Cancer research and clinical trials so you can explore new horizons. Heart care expertise with a collaborative team of specialists so you can create more memories together. Northwest Indiana's only certified comprehensive stroke center so you can cover new ground. When it comes to advanced care, look no further. Everything we do, everything we believe powers health.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Strachan Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
And we're back here at the gym here at Kankakee Valley High School in Wheatfield, 67-49. Munster beats Kankakee Valley here tonight. Let's go ahead and name a player of the game here for this evening. There are plenty of players that could have gotten this honor, but for Munster tonight, we're going to give it to Josh Malloy, who played all 32 minutes, had 17 points, led the team with 3 three-pointers, also led the team in rebounds with 8 on the evening. So leading the team in points and rebounds. Shout out to Victor Guaramado, who had 6 assists, and also a good effort from Dominic Alvarez, the second leading scorer with 13. But tonight, Josh Malloy, the guy that gets the player of the game here for the Munster Mustangs, and congratulations to him. Well, thank you so much for tuning in tonight to this broadcast of high school basketball on the Heartland Sports Network. From the Strachan Van Til broadcast booth, I am Joshua Lepowski. For my producer, Hedrick, for my cameraman, Ben, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night, everybody.
This has been a special presentation of the Heartland Sports Network, the heartbeat of local sports. Follow us on social media to stay up to date on your favorite teams, and tune in next time for more action from the Heartland.